Morning Columbia, live from Main and Gervais.
All right, guys, welcome back to Good Morning Columbia. It's a Friday morning, which means it's time to get fit and hopefully stay that way. Chris Wooten from the Body Shop in Lexington is always joining us, along with Greg Davis. Now, we talked about, how to build our bodies up from the inside, the outside, part of the mind. But as we've talked, every body, like an athlete, is different at different things,
Yeah, and I'll throw this in. One of the first things you learn as a Marine is there is no color of skin. There's light green, there's dark green. We're all green, but we have one goal, and that's to work together as a unit. And our culture is starting to accept that, which is really cool. But the one thing that does divide us, believe it or not, is our health.
Really?
And Greg and I are about the same age, believe it or not. I know I look a lot
He's
younger.
so good looking,
But just by being a black male, his chances of having a heart attack are 50 to 70% greater than mine, just for being a black male. Hypertension in the black community is #1 in the world.
Right.
So that's huge. 63% of black men and 73% of black women are overweight or obese, and we got to do something about that.
Sure.
So and Greg's a true success story of how that's happened, what he's done.
So how do you then, with that in mind, if you're behind the 8 ball almost, that you're starting out with those numbers against you, Greg, how do you enroll that into your training, your regimen, your mindset?
Well, as a grandfather, one of the things
You're a grandfather?
Oh, yes, sir. I have 3 one.
Wow, he looks good for a grandpa, doesn't he?
But as a grandfather, I realized that I want to see my young ones grow up and live.
Right.
So oftentimes it's not about the big things, it's just the little things. I've drank diet sodas for years and realized I didn't lose any weight, so I now drink more water.
Right.
My kids keep me accountable with my Fitbit, and we actually use the internet to compete against each other.
Oh, that's very cool.
So that
So
kind
they'd
of
be like, Grandpa, you better shake a leg, brother.
Exactly. And it's amazing when we discover that someone else is keeping an eye on you. You tend to do a little bit more.
Well, it's kind of like having a workout buddy at a gym. I guess you got the workout grandkids.
Exactly.
Greg, I say Greg's one of my oldest clients, but he doesn't like that anymore. One of my long-termist clients. Greg's been with us for 14 or 15 years since I actually started training, but he's been accountable. He's there at 6 a.m. 3 days a week, regardless. And so it's all about accountability, keeping with the program.
Sure. So when you're talking about different races, whether it's black or just different cosmetic makeups that are by design, do you train Greg differently, or is it just got to be mindful of the weight issue and the heart issues?
Exactly. You got to keep that accountability. And a lot of times, in the black community, you'll find the lifestyle is huge but it's priority. You don't have to have a gym membership. You don't have to work out at a health club. All you got to do is get out, start walking, push-ups, sit-ups. Get yourself active, because it's all about this isn't a bodybuilding contest. This is about your health. This is about your life.
But about living, seeing your grandkids and great-grandkids.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I'll tell you this. I'm going to loud Greg out here, a little secret. So all morning long, every time I walk around a corner, he's there pushing up.
Well, he's missing his workout this morning, so he's getting
saying.
And he's got his grandkids are watching.
It becomes part of it, man. And it really, once you get that habit, right, it just becomes that habit, whether it's health food, whether it's working out, everything just kind of becomes second nature.
Exactly. It's amazing, just the little things that help.
Right.
At work, there are 5 floors.
Sure.
I always take the stairs. Most of the times coming down, but I still take the stairs.
Hey, at least you're honest, right? All right, love it. Chris Wooten, the Body Shop in Lexington, of course. Greg Davis, thanks for coming and sharing your story. Give a shout out to your grandkids. What are their names?
Hey, my kids are Shane, Chantel, Sterling. I've got Aiden, Axel, and Zaya, the new one.
Almost got it.
The new one.
The new one.
The latest one. It's in the family. I love it, guys.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Stay with us. We are nowhere near done on this Friday on Good Morning Columbia.